Got your name in every corner of a room I can't escape, like a stain that keeps on spreading every time I numb the pain. You were calming all my cares, like the eye inside the storm. But I kept on pushing limits till your love was worn and torn. You were talking about forever, I was stuck on yesterday, carrying on my failures like they justified the pain. I was good at breaking moments that were never mine to lose. Now I'm left with all the silence and the weight of what I chose. You still bleed through me in every scar I try to hide. Every broken piece of me still keeps you locked inside. I was never what you needed, just a lesson in disguise. Now your love's the only truth that I buried with my lies. You were laughing in the daylight, like the world was on our side, while I stood there in the shadows with too much I couldn't hide. I was always one step closer to letting everything collapse, never seeing what I had till it slipped between the cracks. Now the nights don't feel like silence, they just scream in different ways. And your absence hits the hardest in the space between the plays. I keep chasing some redemption in the notes I play alone, but forgiveness ain't a melody, and regret won't take me home. You still bleed through me in every scar I try to hide. Every broken piece of me still keeps you locked inside. I was never what you needed, just a lesson in disguise. Now your love's the only truth that I buried with my lies. If I could take back every night I let you cry alone, maybe I'd still hear your heartbeat somewhere close to home. You still bleed through me, even when I try to run. You were everything I needed, I was everything undone. Now I'm screaming at the silence, but there's no one left to hear, just a ghost of what we were, and the truth that won't disappear. You still bleed through me. You still bleed through me. When I'm driving through your name, every mile feels like a memory I can never outrun again. You were sitting in the passenger in every song I play. Now the seat is just a shadow and the light just fades away. I was chasing empty highways, you were building something real. I kept running from the moment you were teaching me to feel. You kept talking about forever, like it wasn't gonna break. I was already halfway leaving every promise that we made. I'm miles from you, but you're still in everything. Every road I take leads me back to where you've been. I tried to lose you in the places that I go, but no matter how far I run, you're the only road I know. There's a neon sign that flickers like the way we used to be, almost holding on to something, but never fully free. I was always one step drifting, even when you pulled me close, like I knew I didn't deserve the kind of love you showed. Now the night feels like a mirror, every thought comes back to you, and the truth hits even harder, 'cause I know what I let loose. I keep driving past the exits like I've got somewhere to go, but the truth is I've been lost since the night you let me go. I'm miles from you, but you're still in everything. Every road I take leads me back to where you've been. I tried to lose you in the places that I go, but no matter how far I run, you're the only road I know. If I turn this car around, would I find you where I left? Or is love just something broken that I carry in my chest? I'm miles from you, but I'm closer than before. Every road I take leads me back to wanting more. I tried to lose you, but I lost myself instead. Now I'm driving through the dark with your voice inside my head. Miles from you. Miles from you. There's a crack inside my chest where your name still echoes loud, like a preacher with no heaven, screaming truth into a crowd. I was built from bad decisions and the wreckage that they made. You were something close to holy in the mess I never faced. You kept lighting up the darkness like you didn't see the stain on the hands that tried to hold you while they only dealt you pain. I was fading in the moment, you were fighting just to stay. Now I'm haunted by the version of myself you couldn't save. Blackout heart, no way back. Every love I touched turns black. You were gold, I was rust, turning everything to dust. Now your voice lives in the dark, like a ghost inside my heart. Blackout heart, torn apart. That's the truth of who we are. Barefoot in the silence, tracing dreams across my skin, while I counted all my exits before anything began. I was always halfway leaving, even when I said I'd stay, like a storm that keeps on coming just to wash it all away. Now the room feels like a memory, every wall repeats your name, and the quiet cuts much deeper than the loudest kind of pain. I keep playing for a meaning, but the notes just fall apart. Every song becomes a mirror of a cold and empty heart. Blackout heart, no way back. Every love I touch turns black. You were gold, I was rust, turning everything to dust. Now your voice lives in the dark, like a ghost inside my heart. Blackout heart, torn apart. That's the truth of who we are. If I could bleed out all the past, would it bring you back to life? Or am I just another shadow that you left to survive? With what's left of who we are. Blackout heart, that's all I ever was. led me back to what I'd done. You were standing like a lifeline in the middle of my storm, but I treated love like danger every time it felt too warm. You kept calling me your shelter. I was barely standing still, like a house built out of secrets on a foundation made to kill. You were everything I needed. I was everything you feared. Now the truth is getting louder in the silence you left here. Ain't no mercy left in me, just the man I hate to be. You were trying to set me free, but I dragged you underneath. Now your memory won't rest. It keeps pounding in my chest. Ain't no mercy left in me, just the ghost of what you blessed. You were writing me forgiveness in the way you said my name, while I kept on feeding demons like they needed me to stay. I was always halfway leaving, even when I held you close, like I knew that I would lose you before I became your ghost. Now the nights don't feel like freedom, they just echo what I lost. And the price of all my choices ain't a thing I can exhaust. I keep driving past your street light like it's gonna pull you back, but the truth don't live in wishing, and regret won't change the past. Ain't no mercy left in me, just the man I hate to be. You were trying to set me free, but I dragged you underneath. Now your memory won't rest. It keeps pounding in my chest. Ain't no mercy left in me, just the ghost of what you blessed. If I could bleed out every sin, would it wash away your tears? Or am I just the kind of man who disappears? Ain't no mercy left in me, hear it breaking underneath. You were everything I had, now you're everything I need. But it's too late to confess to a heart I second guessed. Ain't no mercy left in me, just a life I should have blessed. to that night, would I finally let you in? Or would I do the same damn thing and lose you all again? I was half a man when you loved me. Now there's nothing left to show, just a shadow in the mirror and a past I can't let go. You were more than I deserved, more than I could understand. I was half a man when you loved me. Now I'm less than who I am. Half a man. My hands still smell like smoking sin from bridges that I burned. Every word I never said was a lesson never learned. You had light behind your eyes, like a place I didn't deserve. I was dancing with my demons while you tried to make it work. You kept holding on to pieces of a man I couldn't be, like a song stuck out of rhythm, always falling off the beat. You were praying for a future, I was running from the past. Now I still be someone you could love. But I was chasing empty highs while you were giving all your trust. Ashes in my sound, hear it breaking underground. I was lost, I was blind, left your heart somewhere behind. Now every string just pulls me down to the ghost of what we were back then. Ashes in my sound, that's the end of who I am. But I kept on building fires just to watch it drift away. I had trouble in my bloodline, like a curse I couldn't shake. You were trying to believe me, I was learning how to break. You saw something in the silence, like a truth I couldn't fake. But I was hiding in my shadows, every promise that I made. You were holding on to heaven, I was dragging us through hell. Now I'm stuck inside the story that I never learned to tell. I was the devil I became. Every time you said my name, you were light, you were grace. I was just a losing game. Now your memory won't fade, like a scar I can't outrun. I was the devil I became, and you were the only one. Backseat, like the world was still alright, while I drove us through the darkness, trying hard to dodge the light. I was always one step closer to tearing something true. Never thought that something broken could be something just like you. Now the highway feels like judgment, every mile just pulls you back, and the past sits in the passenger like it's never gonna crack. I keep talking to your shadow like you're somewhere in the sound, but the truth is I'm the reason you're not anywhere around. I was the devil I became. Every time you said my name, you were light, you were great. and you were the only one. If I could lay my past to rest, would you still be here with me? Or am I just another lesson in what love should never be? I was the devil I became. Now there's no one left to blame. You were truth in every lie. I was just too lost to try. Now I'm calling out your name, but the echo's all I get. I was the devil I became, and you're the one I can't forget.